Law 1 deals with the field of play. The maximum length of a football field is 120 metres, while the field must not be less than 90 metres. The maximum width is 90 metres and the minimum is 45 metres. The field has a centre line and a centre circle. Goalposts must be white with a length between the posts of 7.32 metres and a height of 2.44 metres from the bottom of the crossbar to the ground. The goal area. The penalty area. The penalty mark and the penalty arc. The various distances inside the penalty area. The corner flag post must be not less than 1.5 metres high, with a non-pointed top. All lines must be of the same width, which must be not more than 12 centimetres. The corner arc has a radius of 1 metre. There may be an optional line marked off the field 9.15 metres from the arc. The goal line and the touch lines are part of the field of play. Lines are also part of the area that they border. If an offence takes place on the penalty area line, this is regarded as taking place inside the penalty area. Every match must have a ball, and Law 2 deals with this. The ball must be spherical and made of leather or other suitable material. Its weight must be no more than 450 grams and not less than 410 grams at the start of the match, and it must have a pressure of between 0.6 and 1.1 atmosphere. If the ball becomes defective when it's out of play, the referee has the authority to change it. If it becomes defective during play, the match is stopped, the ball is replaced, and play is restarted with a dropped ball. In many matches today, the multiple ball system is used. It can save some time, but only one ball at a time, please. In Law 3, information is given about the number of players on the field. A match is played between two teams of not more than 11 players. One must be a goalkeeper. There must be at least 7 players in each team before the match can start. Up to 3 substitutions may be used in any official competition, and it's for the competition rules to decide how many may be nominated, often from 3 up to a maximum of 7. In national A-team friendly matches, up to a maximum of 6 substitutes may be used. In all other matches, a greater number of substitutes may be used, provided that the teams concerned reach agreement on the maximum number and that the referee is informed before the match. If the referee is not informed, or if no agreement is reached before the match, no more than 6 substitutes are allowed. When a substitution is to be made, the referee has to be informed, sometimes by a signal from the assistant referee, sometimes by a signal from the 4th official, and often by a signal from both. The substitute only enters the field at the halfway line when play has stopped and when the player he is replacing has left the field. The last of the laws dealing with facts and figures is Law 4, Players' Equipment. The basic equipment is a shirt, shorts, socks and footwear. Shin guards must be worn. If thermal undergarments are worn, they must be of the same colour as the main colour of the shorts or the main colour of the shirt sleeve. Before the start of the match, both teams' equipment must be inspected. The law states that a player must not use any equipment or wear anything which is dangerous to himself or another player, including jewellery. If the player is found wearing jewellery, he must be cautioned. Although not a compulsory piece of equipment, a face mask worn to protect against injury would be allowed, since it's not dangerous. The two teams must wear colours that distinguish them from each other, and also the referee and assistant referees. The goalkeepers also have to wear a different colour from the players and officials.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us. Soccer, along with many other sports, has become increasingly aware of and concerned about the occurrence of concussions experienced by players at all ages. This concern may be seen in a heightened awareness of the causes and consequences of concussions, a greater sensitivity regarding detecting concussion indicators, and a firm resolve to do what needs to be done to protect players from further harm. Recent data related to surveyed national team players suggests that 39% of all U23 male players and U21 female players have experienced 1 to 2 concussions before reaching the national team level. These figures are based on a self-reporting survey, so it's possible the actual percentages are even higher. Based on the referee training provided by U.S. Soccer, referees are not medically qualified to pass judgment on traumatic injuries, but they may be called upon to recognize at least the possibility of a concussion. Some characteristics or indicators that a referee may be able to ascertain on the field can include confusion, headache, dizziness, issues with balance, visual problems, sensitivity to noise or light, and nausea. Experts in this field note that any of these indicators may appear, disappear, and reappear following the original injury and throughout the entire recovery period. There is no specific set of indicators, much less any one of them, that proves a concussion has occurred, nor can it be assumed that no concussion has occurred simply because only a few or none of these indicators are reported. Referees are empowered by the laws of the game to make player safety their primary concern. And Law 5 requires that referees stop play for any serious injury and see that the player is either safely removed from the field for medical attention or is attended to on the field when needed. In all cases, the referee must also be aware of and implement any specific local rules of competition or requirements mandated by higher authorities. Increased concussion awareness has resulted in some leagues, tournaments, and state associations setting specific rules and standards in place for coaches, medical personnel, and referees. In some cases, laws have been passed by state legislatures mandating that certain protocols be followed, so referees must be proactive in researching any rules or laws specific to the competitions they officiate. Often, the only objective evidence the referee has that a player may have suffered a concussion is because the player has hit his or her head against some type of object. This can include the ground, the goal frame, or another player. With safety being the priority, this type of contact should be all that the referee needs, regardless of the level of competition, to immediately stop play so the player can receive medical attention. Again, if there is a concussion awareness program in place governing the match, the referee should enforce its provisions and protocols. If there is no program or comparable guidance, the referee must act using his or her judgment to protect the best interest of the player. U.S. Soccer recommends that referees also understand the role that coaches, team officials, and medical personnel are required to perform based on any local concussion management programs or legislation. In order to do this, referees can contact their local competition authorities and state referee association. Thank you for watching, and please be sure to keep visiting ussoccer.com to view additional referee education resources aimed at providing officials of all levels with information on the laws of the game and advice on practical refereeing.
Law 6 explains the duties of the assistant referees. They do not make decisions, these are for the referee, but they have a very important role in assisting the referee to control the match. They indicate when the whole of the ball has passed out of the field and which side is entitled to a corner kick, goal kick or throw-in. They also inform the referee when a substitution is to take place, using the official signal for substitutions, and inform the referee when some offence has occurred out of the view of the referee, or when they're closer to the action than the referee. The most important and most difficult duty, however, is signalling when a player must be penalised for an offside offence. This requires skill and awareness. Law 7, the duration of the match. A match usually lasts for 2 equal periods of 45 minutes, with an interval of no more than 15 minutes. During the match, the referee has the discretion to allow additional time for substitutions, to allow players to have an injury assessed, and to be removed from the field for treatment. The player can only return after the match has restarted and after the referee has given him permission. Only in the special case of the goalkeeper can an injury be treated on the field. The referee must then add additional time at the end of each half to account for the treatment. If both a goalkeeper and an outfield player are injured in the same incident, both players are allowed to have treatment on the field. The referee must then add additional time to the end of the half for the treatment. Time is also added for time wasting and any other reason. Additional time is also added to allow a penalty kick to be taken at the end of each half. It's normal for referees, in matches where there is a fourth official, to signal how much time will be played at the end of each half. In this case, the referee indicates that a minimum of 2 additional minutes will be played, and the fourth official indicates this on the electronic board. Law 8, the start and restart of play. Before the match, a coin is tossed to decide which team will take the kick-off and which team will have the choice of ends. The team which win the toss chooses which end it will attack in the first half. Play is started by a kick-off at the start of each half, after a goal has been scored, and in each period of extra time. All players must be in their own half of the field, and after the referee has given a signal, the ball is in play when it's kicked and moves forward. Another way of restarting the match after a temporary stoppage is a dropped ball. This takes place where the ball was in play when stopped, except when this is inside the goal area. The restart with a dropped ball may be challenged by any of the players, including the goalkeeper. There's no minimum or maximum number of players required to contest the dropped ball. The referee cannot decide who may or may not contest a dropped ball. Law 9. The ball in and out of play. The ball is out of play when it's wholly crossed the goal line or touch line. In this example, it's clear that the signal given by the assistant referee is correct. The ball is also out of play when the match has been stopped by the referee. The ball is in play at all other times, including when it rebounds from the corner flag, goalpost or crossbar, or when it rebounds from the referee or assistant when they're on the field of play. Law 10. The method of scoring. The aim in a match is to score goals. A goal is scored when the whole ball crosses the goal line between the goalposts and the crossbar, and no offence has been committed by the attacking team. In this example, the goalkeeper fumbles the ball and the whole ball crosses the goal line. When competition rules require there to be a winning team after a match or home and away tie, only the following procedures apply: away goals rule, extra time, and kicks from the penalty mark. Law 11 is one of the shorter of the 17 laws, but it's also one of the most complicated and misunderstood. A player is in an offside position if he is nearer to the opponent's goal line than both the ball and the second last opponent, but he is not in an offside position if he's in his own half of the field of play, he's level with the second last defender, or is level with the last two opponents. There's no offence if a player receives the ball directly from a goal kick, a throw-in, or a corner kick. However, it's not an offence in itself to be in an offside position. In this example, the attacking player in white scores, but when the ball is played to him, a teammate is clearly in an offside position and not interfering with play. The teammate is not penalised for being in an offside position, however, since he's not involved in active play. A player is only penalised for being in an offside position if, at the moment the ball touches or is played by a teammate, he is, in the opinion of the referee, involved in active play by interfering with play.